It was a warm spring morning, and the world outside Mark's window was bursting with color. Pink blossoms drifted from the trees like confetti, and the grass in the backyard was the greenest it had been all year. Mark had been waiting all week for this day. Today, he finally got to play with his brand new toy, a shiny silver robot with glowing blue buttons and a little compartment that popped open on its chest. His mom Marie had given it to him as a reward for helping clean his room, and Mark loved it more than almost anything he owned. "Can I bring Robo outside?" Mark asked, already halfway out the back door. "Of course," Marie smiled. "Just be careful with him, okay?" Mark nodded and ran out into the sunshine, Robot held carefully in both hands. Sophie, Leo, and Lily were already in the backyard waiting for Mark. The moment they saw the robot, their eyes went wide. "Whoa, is that new?" Sophie asked. "Yeah," Mark said proudly. "His name is Robo. Watch, his chest opens up." Leo, always looking for something funny to do, hopped up and down excitedly. "Let me see, let me see." Mark held Robo out just a little, careful to keep a firm grip. But Leo, in his excitement, reached for it a bit too fast. "Leo, wait, let me," Mark started to say. But Leo was already clowning around, pretending Robo could fly, zooming him through the air like an airplane. He spun in a circle, laughing. And then, in one quick, clumsy motion, Leo's foot caught the edge of the patio step. He stumbled, and Robo flew out of his hands. Crack! The robot hit the ground hard. When it landed, one of its little arms had snapped clean off, and the chest compartment hung open and crooked. Everyone froze. "Robo!" Mark cried, rushing over and scooping up his broken toy. His hands were shaking as he tried to fit the little arm back on, but it wouldn't stay. Leo's face had gone pale. "Mark, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. It was an accident, I swear." But Mark wasn't listening. A hot, prickly feeling was building up in his chest, like a balloon filling with too much air. "You ruined him," Mark shouted, his voice cracking. "You always do this. You never think before you do stuff." "I said I was sorry," Leo said, his own eyes starting to water. But Mark's face was red, and his fists were clenched so tight his knuckles turned white. Before anyone could stop him, he marched to the trash can at the side of the house, lifted the lid, and threw Robo inside. "I don't even want him anymore," Mark yelled, and stormed to the far corner of the yard, arms crossed, breathing hard. Sophie and Lily exchanged a worried glance. Leo stood frozen by the patio, looking down at his shoes, his shoulders slumped. "He's really mad," Sophie whispered. "He's really sad," Lily said quietly. "Sometimes those feel like the same thing when they're this big." Leo sniffled. "I really didn't mean to break it. I just wanted to see it fly." Leo took a shaky breath and walked toward Mark, trying to lighten the mood. He puffed out his cheeks and did a wobbly robot walk, arms stiff at his sides. "Beep boop, I am Robo, please do not be mad at my friend Leo, beep boop," he said in a silly robot voice. Mark didn't laugh. He didn't even look up. "Go away, Leo." Leo's shoulders drooped even further, and he stepped back, unsure what else to do. Lily walked over slowly and sat down next to Mark on the grass, not too close, giving him space. "Can I sit here?" she asked gently. Mark didn't answer, but he didn't move away either. "I know Robo was really special," Lily said. "It's okay to be upset. But right now your anger is so big, it's kind of driving the bus. Do you want to try something that helps me when I feel like that?" "Let's breathe together," Lily said. "In through your nose for 5, like you're smelling a flower. Then out through your mouth for 5, like you're blowing out candles." Mark sniffled but tried it. In for 5, out for 5, again. Slowly, the tight, hot feeling in his chest started to loosen, just a little. "Feel a little better?" Lily asked. Mark nodded, wiping his eyes. "Here's the thing about Robo," Lily said softly. "Toys can break. They can even get replaced. But friends? Friends aren't replaceable. Leo's still your friend, even after an accident." Mark sat with that for a moment, looking over at Leo, who was still standing by the patio, looking miserable. Mark thought about how many times Leo had made him laugh, or shared his snacks, or covered for him when he forgot something. None of that had anything to do with a robot toy. "I was really mean," Mark said quietly. "You were really upset," Lily corrected gently. "There's a difference. But you can still go fix the mean part." Mark stood up and walked over to Leo, who looked up nervously. "I'm sorry I yelled at you," Mark said. "It really was an accident. I know you didn't mean it." Leo's whole face lit up with relief. "I'm really sorry about Robo. Can we still be friends?" "We never stopped being friends," Mark said, and pulled Leo into a hug. "Wait," Sophie said suddenly. "Did anyone check if Robo's arm could go back on? Sometimes things look more broken than they are." They all walked over to the trash can together. Mark carefully lifted Robo out, and Leo gently pressed the little arm back into its socket. It clicked into place, good as new. "Some things are fixable," Lily said with a smile. "Just like friendships." That night, as the sun set in soft shades of orange and pink outside his window, Mark sat on his bed with Marie, Robo resting on the nightstand beside him, arm fixed and good as new. "I got really angry today," Mark admitted. "I said some mean things to Leo." "But you also said sorry," Marie said, brushing his hair back. "That took courage." "Lily taught me to breathe when I'm upset," Mark said. "And that toys aren't as important as friends." "That's a big thing to learn," Marie smiled. "I'm proud of you." "Hey kids, remember that hot, prickly balloon feeling Mark had in his chest? That's a big feeling, and everybody gets them sometimes, even grown-ups. Here's the secret. When that feeling gets too big, you can breathe it smaller. In for 5, out for 5, just like Lily showed Mark. And remember, things can break and get fixed, but the friends who stand beside you are the ones that really matter. Just like Mark did, you can breathe, calm down, and make things right. Good night. Sweet dreams. And remember, when big feelings come, breathe them small and hold on to your friends. What can you do when big feelings come today?